So the first movement that we're going to learn is called the monkey crawl or forward monkey. In some modalities, they often refer to it as the Frogger. I tend not to get hung up on semantics. So whatever you want to call it, it's totally up to you, but the movement is really what matters. So how we do a monkey crawl is we want to set ourselves up in a resting squat position. So basically we're sitting in a resting squat position, just like so, making sure that we sit comfortably. There's no restrictions, so you don't have any limitations in the ankles that are causing your heels to come off the ground due to a lack of mobility in the ankles. If you're okay here, then we'll move on. You're gonna have your hands facing out in front of you like so. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get you guys to lean forward until your hands meet the floor. Then from here, you're gonna brace your core, keep your arms nice and strong, and you're gonna lean so that your shoulders stack directly over top of your wrist. Okay. From here, I just want you to return back to your starting position and play with that movement up to that point here. So stacking the shoulders directly over top of the wrist. So do a couple of those just to get used to the feeling and sensation, making sure that you feel nice and stable going into that position. When you feel comfortable there, you're going to place your hand out, leaning forward, shift your weight, stacking your shoulder over top of the wrist. From here, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to keep my core nice and tight, engaging the front part of my hips, so my hip flexors, and I'm going to try and jump my feet either past my hands or directly in line with my hands. So it's going to look like this. Hands up, I lean forward, stack my shoulder over top of my wrist, and simultaneously I'm going to jump my foot forward, either past my hands or in line with my feet. Then I just repeat that process, hands up, lean until my hands place down on the floor, engage my core and my hips, and then I jump my feet. Now, when you get really comfortable with this, you don't have to overemphasize by placing your hands up all the way like this. This is just to kind of break down the movement to make it a little bit easier. You'll sometimes find, depending on your lever length, like how long your arms are, you might find that this is way too wide for you, and it creates more of an effort for you to jump. If that's the case, then you can have your hands a little bit closer to give yourself a little bit less room in terms of the clearance that you have to make. So I can just literally, rather than placing my hands all the way out here, I can just keep my arms in, place my hands down, and then take a smaller step. Okay? But the idea is you're trying to get height. So you're trying to get your feet off of the ground while stacking your shoulders over top of your wrist to create that lift. So when I lean forward here like this, I'm trying to get a little bit of height. So I'm actually pushing through my shoulders, depressing my shoulder down to give me that lift that I need to finish with the movement. And that is the monkey crawl.